In this video, we're going to break down the latest panel to play from Atomic Mass Games for Marvel Crisis Protocol. It's Gwenom, aka Gwen Stacy. Hey guys, Rich from Rich Big Gaming. Hope everyone is doing fantastically well. Welcome to this, another Marvel Crisis Protocol video. And joining me, kind of as always, because he's been here for the last couple, but he's Mr. Quinn Duggan. Quinn, how the hell are you doing, sir?
I like Star Wars. This is Star Wars, right?
No.
What?
This is Gwen Stacy. Another version of Gwen Stacy, Quinn.
I mean, we've
Gwenom.
only had one, right?
Yeah. So it is another version.
Like for
That's
a
how
moment,
that
I thought you were
works.
like making the mistake of being like, "Oh yeah, Gwenpool is Gwen."
No.
Completely different person, apparently.
Completely different person, apparently, that we didn't know. Well, we thought we'd do something different to a tier list, because apparently that's all we do with clickbait titles. So, yeah, let's break down, Quinn, the brand new, for a change, 4 threat from Atomic Mass Games in Marvel Crisis Protocol. We've had her model for quite some time now. In fact, let me scroll up and we can take a look at her model.
I like the guitar. It's real cool.
I really hope you can make it without the guitar. I really hope you can. It's just a bit gimmicky for
I
me.
bet you're one of those people that's going to build Nightcrawler without the BAMF.
No. Because that's different. Because that's like...
Oh, it's different.
in the moment.
Thing.
It's like in the moment. But I do like it. I like the fact that it's like... it's the spider suit under the symbiote and then it's over. Like, I do like the sculpt. I think it's really nice. So, yeah. Now, answer me this, Quinn. Even. Is this the same symbiote that Venom has?
Right, as the channel's resident Marvel lore expert, this is actually Gary the symbiote, who is...
is this Gary?
He's actually the firstborn of Null. Not many people know that.
Well, no, because it's Gwenom, isn't it? So obviously Venom...
You'd assume it's the Venom symbiote, right?
So, like, and this is one of the weird things about this, is this is now the 3rd iteration of Venom. And there's obviously rules in this game that don't allow the same named character to be in the same squad, because the idea being is that there's only one of them, so you can only have one of them. Like, you can't take 2 Captain America Steve Rogers, for example. Like, I feel like they should have done something similar with the symbiote.
I don't think it would have been too hard to just add an extra name underneath, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if the symbiotes can be split, if that's a possible thing. Maybe anyone who really loves symbiotes, let us know down in the comment section below. Are we being daft, or is it a thing? Can the same person be the host at the same... Multiple people be a host at the same time? Because it does seem strange, doesn't it, that
it's
Agent Venom,
weird, yeah.
Agent Venom and Venom can be on the same team, and now Gwenom as well. But let's scroll down and let's take a look at Gwenom, aka Gwen Stacy. So as we already alluded to, Quinn, she's going to be a 4 threat character. 4-2-3 for her defenses, which I think are pretty good defenses for a symbiote. You know, you look at...
they're identical to Venom's, right?
Yeah, I think so, which I don't mind. Like, yes, susceptible to energy, but that's kind of the way that they are, sort of, because it's sound normally, isn't it? It's like sound waves, and that's kind of a thing that they are going with, and how they depict the symbiotes in this. So I'm fine with it. I think it's perfectly fine. 6 stamina on her front, size 2, and then a long move, Quinn, which is really, really nice. Let's take a look at her builder. So it's going to be physical, symbiote, spider technique, range 3, 5 strength, and it's going to be power equal to damage dealt. But it's got some very similar triggers to what Ghost Spider has, which is obviously the other version of Gwen Stacy in this game, so you wouldn't be able to run those two characters at the same time. But if this character has already attacked the target character this turn, this character may re-roll any number of its attack dice for this attack, which is really nice. And then if this character has advanced or been placed this turn, after the attack is resolved, it may advance long. And it gets around, less so now, but I always forget. Is it senators where you can only move one?
Yeah,
you can only make one move action.
Yeah.
So what's nice about this is if you do have a senator, you want to get her away, get out of it, you can move once, attack, and then move again, because it's not a move action that this advance is. And we'll get to see how really good that is when we get down to the bottom of the screen. Maximum Gwenom, which I do like this. Obviously, it's a combination of maximum carnage and then venom, but range 3, 7 strength, and it's going to cost 3. Again, it's going to be a physical attack, which is what we'd expect. After attack is resolved, after this attack is resolved, this character removes 1 damage from itself for each damage dealt. And then we have Rampage on a wild and a hit. After this attack is resolved, deal 1 damage to each other enemy character within range 3 of this character. So you measure that from Gwenom, you don't measure it from the person that you've attacked. So just to throw that in there. Quinn, thoughts on her builder and her spender?
I think the builder is very good. It's very similar to like old Gwen's builder in that like it's kind of a toolbox. You've got it does a little bit of everything. The spender is just kind of a better version of We Are Venom.
Yeah.
Or is it We Are Venom, or is it something? The names on Venom's abilities are always a bit weird because they don't quite line up to what I think they should be. I think it's important to note that I believe you don't heal from the rampage in addition to what you do from the attack, right? Because rampage technically isn't damage from the attack.
After this attack is resolved, this character removes 1 damage from itself for each damage dealt. I don't know if we've got any. Has Carnage got this?
There definitely are characters that work with that whole rules.
Do a similar thing, yeah.
I'm
almost certain it's not. I don't think you do get to do it because the rampage isn't actually damage from the attack. Yeah. It's like you say, it's extra. But yeah, I mean, I think even without that, I think it's still really darn good, isn't it?
I mean, really 4, 2, 3, 6 stamina, 7 on the flirt. Spoilers. With the ability to heal is really good.
Yeah, really good indeed. Dark Rage Quinn is going to cost 3. Choose an interactive terrain feature or an enemy character of size 3 or less within range 2 and throw it medium. This superpower can be used once per turn. Having both on there is just so good because terrain is a diminishing asset, right? Usually throughout games because, you might have 2 or 3 size 3s on a board, but as the game goes on and more people are getting thrown into terrain and more terrain has been thrown, the fact that this can be used for either, I think, is really, really nice.
Also, just the ability to clear points, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Range 2, that's fine. I think range 3 would have been crazy.
I mean, range 3 would have put her on par with old Venom, which I think would have been a step too far, given what the next ability is.
Yeah, absolutely. Pick on someone your own size. So it's her only reactive ability, Quinn. It's going to cost 2 power. After an attack targeting another allied character is resolved, this character may use this superpower. If the attacker is within 3 of this character may make an attack against it. This superpower can only be used, once per turn. Couple of things to bring into that, Quinn. So this is, we were sort of talking about this before, weren't we? It's Nick Fury Senior Winter Soldier-esque, where it's reactive after your opponent's finished an attack. But the difference here is they don't need to have dazed your opponent, which I think is really nice. Now, to counter that, she has to be within range 3 of the person that it's attacked. And it's also worth pointing out, Quinn, isn't it, that it's after the full attack and anything that your opponent would get to do, because they're going to be the ones that get the priority on things, are resolved. So if they get a medium advance, if you're within range at the start of the attack, but they get an advance that can take them out of it, then you're not going to be able to do the attack because you're no longer within range 3. But the fact that this is just make an attack, so if you have 5 power left, you can do a maximum Gwenom, which is pretty damn good. And we were just speaking before, Quinn, weren't we, about combining this with Venom, who also has a reactive ability when you attack him. So somebody tries to attack Gwenom, you can use Lethal Protector or even sacrifice something like that, put it onto Venom. Venom gets to attack back and Gwenom gets to attack back. And you can choose the order that you do those in as well. So some brutal reactive abilities, which I think always catch your opponent off guard a little bit, don't they? When it's something you're doing in the middle of their turn.
It either catches them off guard or it massively influences how they take their turns, right?
Yep. Yeah, even if you don't get to do this throughout an entire game, you can guarantee if your opponent is aware of it, they are going to be trying to play around it a lot. Therefore, I think positioning of Gwen is really, really important because you can almost use it as a way of being able to have a bit of an area control without even being on a point, which I think is, I really like it. Spider Sense, so energy or physical, she gets to reroll 2 defense, or when she's dodging anything, she gets to roll 2 dodge dice, which especially on those dodges, Quinn, rerolling 2 on 4 is really nice. It's going to be really difficult to take her out from collision damage. And then Quinn, wall crawler with long moves is very, very nice indeed. It just lets you get about the board so much, and especially for extract players, catching people up who have got an extract and they've tried to run away into the corner like a little bitch. It's just really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Spoiler, as Quinn has already said, so the reverse side of her card, or the injured side of her card, should I say, everything remains, Quinn, exactly the same from what I could see, with the exception of her getting an extra stamina, which makes that maximum Gwenom even better when she's got 1 extra that she can heal off. And let's talk about that, Quinn. 6/7 for a 4 threat seems very, very good indeed.
It's already good, and then you factor in like overall average defenses, but then also Spider Sense on top of it, and then the ability to heal. Like, she is a very sticky character.
Yeah. And I think, like we've already said, they're always going to be susceptible to energy attacks. It's just the way it is. But I think she brings a very, very different version of Gwen Stacy, a far more aggressive version, I would say. Whereas, I see Ghost Spider as being a bit more of a support character. You have her in there for her, what's her web
Lifesaver.
Lifesaver, that's the one.
You sound a lot like someone who hasn't been on the receiving end of Gwen Spender into Gwen Builder, which is 6 dice thrown damage into 7 dice. Like, it's pretty gross from a 3 threat.
That is fair. But overall, Quinn, I think she's really good. I think we would assume she's going to be in Web Warriors, right? That's going to be one of her homes.
Yeah, and I think that's an interesting conundrum for Web Warriors players, right? Because Gwen, like old Gwen, is an integral part to pretty much all Web Warriors play, as far as I'm aware. I'm not a Web Warriors player, but I've dealt with enough of them.
Seems to be a bit of a staple, right?
Yeah, 100%. Like, probably as much, if not more, like, than Miles is in that affiliation, right?
Because I think you're playing her whether you're under ASM or not. Right?
Exactly.
Sorry, under Miles or not. So yeah.
So like having the choice between that Gwen and this Gwen is very, very good. And can you imagine her on an all webbed up turn?
Deary me, yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't. Do you see her? Because there's a couple of things to take into consideration, isn't there? It's what Ghost Spider brings to Web Warriors in the form of that lifesaver, which is just so good. But she's also a 3 threat, and Gwenom is a 4 threat. So do you see? I mean, I suppose it depends on the. Maybe it's this. Maybe this is the sort of character who can bring a different play style for Web Warriors, and less of an extract type play and a bit more aggressive.
But why would you not abuse like the worst mechanic in MCP? Why would you not just take all of the mobile points and move them away from the enemies so they don't get to play the game?
You do hate that. I do hate that as
There's
well.
a reason I play more Shatterpoint than MCP, right?
Static objectives. The day we get extracts in Shatterpoint will be the day you stop, won't it?
Go back to Lord of the Rings.
Oh dear. What are your thoughts, Quinn, on not necessarily what other affiliations she could be in, but are there any other affiliations where you think, yeah, she could really, really shine in X affiliation for Y reason?
I mean, my mind immediately goes to 2 places. First of all, Midnight Suns for the bump, because you can end up going, start your activation, bump forward 1, hit someone with your builder, long move, hit someone else with your builder, long move again. That's a lot of movement. You can also throw like a throw in there in the middle of it as well.
In the middle of it, just for good measure, yeah.
Which is pretty wild. The other one that's
no, you don't need a wild. There is no wild throw. There is no.
Wait, no.
No.
Wait. Okay, no, is there a way to do that on Discord? Wait, no.
Don't do it. Because you will. There we go.
I knew you could do it in voice calls. Yeah, the other place that stuck out to me was Steve Avengers, specifically OG Steve.
Yeah, I was going to say OG Steve.
What 1 cost bodyguard into 1 cost pick on someone your own size, which means that you need 4 power for the wombo combo, is pretty gross.
Yeah,
and also 2 cost throw.
Well, even if like you just don't have the power for the maximum carnage and you just get to do another symbiote spider technique for 1 power, is pretty good. And Steve is a really good bodyguard to take those, in particular those energy hits for Gwen. So I do like that. You've got the other Steve argument in that getting her rampage off is going to be a lot easier, but I feel like
I don't think that's
there's almost any character in the game, isn't there, who you could say that would work with. I'm really excited to try her out in Winter Guard. I think she could be really good there. Brings a lot of movement that they don't have.
Yeah.
And the fact that you've got it's only
Comrade's Keeper, right?
It's Comrade's Keeper, but the difference there is with Comrade's Keeper, there's the throw off the back end of it. So even if your opponent isn't within range 3 of Gwen, there is a chance that by the end of Comrade's Keeper doing its throw, you could be within range, which I do quite like.
I've had another thought as well. Well, I've had 2 thoughts.
Go on.
First one is Daredevil Defenders.
Yes.
You sit her in the middle of a bunch of enemies, and then you Heroes for Hire. She can use those rerolls on the symbiote spider technique. That's pretty good, off the back of the pick on someone your own size. The other one I was thinking of, and it's a bit more memey, is Face Me.
Oh.
Because you make them walk forward, and then they get to make an attack. But if they make the attack, it means that you can potentially trigger pick on someone your own size during Gwen's activation.
They have to do that, don't they?
I don't believe they have to attack.
Oh, okay, the attack is a May.
But still, if they're dumb enough to take it, punish them.
Yeah, because Face Me can be used out of activation, can't it? I believe.
It doesn't have to be the person activating that you use that, I don't believe.
That's what I was meaning, sorry, yeah. Yes, it can be the person. I mean, what you do is you bring Venom, move Venom up, Face Me. They hit Venom, Gwen hits them back, and then, yeah. I mean, yes, she'd be getting 3 I mean, there's a lot of cards involved there.
It doesn't have to be the active character. Okay.
Oh, okay. So
but
that
still, you go with, like, Gwen, you pay for face me, they walk up, hit someone else because they're not in range to hit Gwen. You then pick on someone your own size because you can guarantee them being within 3 because you move them.
Yeah. No, I think I really do like. She's got a lot of things in there that I think are going to synergize very, very well with quite a few other other affiliations. I can see Ron trying them out in humans, getting extra power into her just to be able to do that.
Extra power, placing her about with Medusa.
Well, Black Bolt now with his cost bodyguard, who, let's be honest, can take a beating as well nowadays, right? The boy can take a beating. So, yeah, I think she's really good. I think probably the one place that I'm least excited to see her is in Web Warriors, if I'm being brutally honest. I think she's probably got a huge amount of other synergy with other affiliations. Now, do we have any inclination as to where you think? I don't know if they've said it in the. Sometimes they say it in the blurb, don't they, about where else she could end up. But I couldn't see anything from that side of it. So I'm assuming.
I mean, they mentioned like Warriors. Cindy Moon takes away powers. If I'm not wrong, Cindy Moon is Silk, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't see anything alluding to like another affiliation.
That she could be part of. Yeah.
It'd be great if she was a spider foe, but I don't think she is based off of like the quick synopsis I read of like the Gwenom run.
No, I think she falls very much.
I think she's still kind of a goodie, isn't she?
More of a on the anti-hero spectrum. I think she's way further up towards the hero. She just has that, obviously it's the kind of the rage that the Venom symbiote gives you, isn't it? That she sometimes loses it a little bit. But yeah, I'm really excited for her. Quinn, I think she's going to be very interesting. Like I say, if there is an option to have her without the guitar, that's the way that I'll be taking her. But yeah,
you're going to get rid of the guitar. I want the guitar. I want your guitar.
You can have mine, and she can be dual wielding guitars. I want to see that conversion where she's got one in each hand. There we go. But yeah, let us know down in the comment section below what you guys think. Are you excited for Gwen? I think for me, she's probably the better of the two that come in this box, which, I think is good. Obviously, lots more characters that were revealed at Adepticon that we still haven't had yet. As always, Quinn, a tactics card could bump her up from us going, oh, she's quite good actually, to, oh my God, she is auto-included in every list you ever make ever.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what kind of card would be like best for her. Like, I guess maybe like a version of Face Me that forces them to attack someone else. Like, that could be interesting.
That'd be very good. Yeah. That'd be very good. I mean, it depends if she's going to bring some. You'd expect that there would be at least one Web Warriors card in that pack, and then probably a character-specific card, one for. I nearly called him Bill. Then what's his name?
Yeah, Bill.
Bill. Spider Bill. Spider
Bill. Yeah.
What's his name?
Ben Riley.
Ben, not Bill. Yeah.
Wait, did part of your brain go Ben Riley and then just go Bill Bailey?
Bill Bailey. I think it might have been that, yeah. Or Bill and Ben. That's too old for you, Quinn.
No, I remember the Flower Pot Men.
Do you really?
Got fun. My goldfish when I was a kid were called Bill and Ben.
Were they really? Oh, there we go. Was one of them a Spider-Man?
Yeah.
So, was it the one called Bill?
Yeah. Also, fun fact about Bill Bailey, he auditioned for Gimli.
He did. Fun fact about Bill Bailey, Quinn. He is playing this summer in the place where the Skrulls blew up in Halifax, near where I live. So yeah, go and watch Secret Invasion if you don't have a clue what I'm talking about. But the big scene from Secret Invasion where they blow up the building in Russia. I got to walk around the whole set and get to take pictures and see all the props because I live about 3 minutes away from it, which was pretty cool. But we digress. Let us know what you think down in the comment section below. Let us know if you're excited about playing Gwenom, or if you couldn't care less about the hottest symbiote we've had so far. You've got a bit of a
This
thing.
isn't Carnage.
You like Gwen Stacy, don't you, Quinn?
I like Emma Stone.
There we go. Guys, if you want to support us, you can do so by going down to the link below. There'll be a link over to our Patreon page, where from as little as £1 a month, you can help support the channel. Also, you can join now on the YouTube membership, but you don't have to do any of those. Just simply commenting, liking, sharing, and subscribing. It all really, really does help. Go check out the Discord. I think we've just finished our last MCP event, so we're going to be doing another one in a couple of weeks. So if you want to be involved in that, jump on over and check it out. And guys, tickets for the Sheffield GT and the London GT are live. These are going to be the UK's first real big Shatterpoint event. Sorry, not Shatterpoint. What am I talking about?
You got me excited there for a second.
AMG supported MCP events. I've been very, very fortunate to be involved in them. Tickets are selling like hotcakes at the moment for the Sheffield and the London one. I'll leave links down in the description below. But yeah, if you want to head on over there, that'd be really, really good as well. And as always, guys, it leaves me with just enough time to say stay well, keep safe, and until next time, bye for now.
Watch the clickbait tier list videos.